Welcome to the Now and Yesterday show with Paul Yazy. Today I have the great honor and privilege to be with one of the most famous illustrators in the world. His name is David Lloyd. Welcome to the Now and Yesterday show.
All right, hello.
Starting the interview, we're going to do a small interview. Have you imagined from what you did with V with Vendetta, your creativity of the mask, how it would affect the whole world globally?
No, that's just a kind of an accident. We created a character who was a kind of resurrection of Guy Fawkes. And of course, you know, Guy Fawkes was one of the great resistors towards tyranny in history. And I guess when the movie came out, I mean, we have to thank the movie for the popularity of the mask. When the movie came out, it had this effect, and of course the mask was used as merchandising, and of course it by accident somehow became something that was used in various protests against various forms of tyranny, and that's what's happened, and I'm very happy about that because. To have a kind of universal but neutral symbol of resistance to any kind of tyrannical institution or government is a very good thing.
The mask, what's the name of the mask that you invented?
Well, the mask, it's called the Guy Fawkes mask because it was used to adorn our character, who is basically a kind of resurrection of Guy Fawkes. He becomes a kind of new version of Guy Fawkes, who actually manages to blow up the Houses of Parliament when the first version failed, and the mask is the representation of resistance to tyranny, which the original Guy Fawkes was trying to do. He was trying to change things. He was trying to change the system at the time, and he failed. But,
this mask is like a symbol against tyranny, right?
Mm. Yes.
Unbelievable. Have you acknowledged how famous that mask has become?
Well, I know very well. I mean, I know it's been used by so many people. It was used in the Arab Spring. It's been used, and of course it's been a kind of adopted by Anonymous, who in their own way are trying to change things for what they see as the better. Of course, it's been widespread. It's been, but the most important thing, the mask itself is just a symbol. What would be really good is if the aims of those protesters proved to be successful. I mean, you take the Arab Spring, for instance. People were protesting in the streets and working hard, and people died in that. And but did they end up with what they really wanted at the end of the day? No. But they tried, and that's all you can do in a situation where you're fighting.
How hard was it for David Lloyd to become established as an illustrator and creator of many famous things?
Well, it was hard for me to reach a position of the standard that I needed to be in the industry, but that's only that every artist does or tries to do. but when I actually got into the industry, it was quite easy for me to begin with because I'm a British artist, and at the time I got into comics, there wasn't an awful lot of competition around. Now there is. I mean, anybody wants to get into the business now on a professional basis, I would, I sympathise with, because there's lots of talent around and less opportunity. But it was easier for me in those days, around about 77. I started in 77, and I was kind of lucky to begin with, and then. I just started off with some good samples, and then I just worked in British comics for a short period, and then in American comics, and I've been lucky.
How proud are you of the comic book V for Vendetta with Alan Moore? Alan Moore wrote the story, and you created and became the illustrator of the story. How hard was it?
It wasn't hard at all. I mean, I'd worked with Alan before we did V, and he was a great writer, and I got on well with him. And originally V for Vendetta was, or something like V, was going to be mine. I was asked to write and draw this character, a Mars vigilante. That was the brief before V became what it is. But I knew, if I worked with Alan, it would be a better thing.
Does David Lloyd? What is his future? What are you planning to do in the future? Do you have any surprises for us?
No, I have no surprises. I mean, I'm not actually writing or drawing anything anymore. I'm publishing. I'm solely publishing now, something I'm very proud of, called Aces Weekly. It's an online comic art magazine, exclusively online. We don't use paper. We just publish great comics on screen in the traditional way. The comics look exactly the way the traditional form of comics has been. And we just put them on screen. And I've been doing that for a long time. And that's what I'm going to be doing from now on. And for all your viewers here, go to www.acesweekly.co.uk and check us out. It's easy to subscribe. We have a whole mix of different styles and stories, and it really is worth just £1 a week. Actually.
Is David Lloyd worried about how AI is going to affect the industry, and is it going to be possible? Will it destroy the industry?
Everybody working in illustration, whether it's comics or anything else, is worried about AI, because basically AI uses the work of other artists, exploits the work of other artists, and it's a terrible thing. But I don't know how we're going to turn the clock back. We can't turn the clock back. We are just forced to have to realize that this is part of modern life. And I just hope that publishers will recognize that humanity is better than machines in creativity. But I wish I could give a better message than that.
What kind of music do you listen to?
I don't listen to hardly any music at all right now.
You don't like the Stones. You don't like the Beatles. You don't like Led Zeppelin.
I have very eclectic tastes. I've listened to lots of things. I used to listen to lots of music when I was actually drawing.
Don't you want to share what type of music you listen to?
Well, look, what can I say? I mean, Santana is one thing. There's lots of stuff. Soundtrack music I used to like. Jerry Goldsmith and Lalo Schifrin, and I used to play a lot of that. So But it's an incredible mix. And I mean, I went through a period where I was just listening to compilations. So there was a whole mix of hip hop and all kinds of stuff. So, you know, I'm not exactly a lover of one particular style of music.
Can you share with us the best advice that someone gave you in your life or in your work, and who was it and what was it?
Well, I can't say that there is one particular thing, but I have two mottos actually. And one of them is expect nothing and you won't be disappointed. That's one. And the other one is take it slow. So those two things like guide me through the rocky road of life.
And I don't want to take up your time because you're here in Greece, beautiful Greece, in Technopoli, and it's 15 June 2026. Which decade was the best for you?
That's an interesting question. I don't know. I'm which decade? I guess I don't know. 80s maybe, but I can't really say. I can't.
You didn't like the 60s? You didn't like the 70s?
Listen, I was in the 60s. I was working. In the 60s, where I was like working to try and become as good as I possibly could.
What is the best advice you want to give to someone that wants to become an illustrator, a creator in the comic book industry, and not only? What is your advice, David Lloyd's advice?
Work hard. Don't take any shortcuts. And whatever you're studying, make sure that you're good at it. Get every book you can to make, teach yourself. And don't take shortcuts, work hard. And try your best. Because the important thing is, if you do your best to reach the standard that you need to do what you want to do, and you fail, it's no problem. Because you've tried and you've done your best. The most important thing is not to be in a situation where you look back and say, "Oh, I could have done this. I could have worked harder."
How do you see the future in this world?
Man, what a question. The future, what you make of it, but it's the same thing. Do your best to try and do your best, and if you're not successful, at least you tried. That's all you can do. That's all life's about, just trying.
And closing out, what is your fans all over the world that adore your work? What is your message to all your fans all over the world? If they're from New York or from London or from Germany, Australia, China, wherever, in Greece, what is your message?
Well, I know this may sound self-serving, but basically you should go to acesweekly.co.uk and become a subscriber, because we are doing the best we can with great storytelling, and we don't use paper. We're just doing great comics, but on screen. And that should be the future of comics. But as I say, that's me being self-serving. Forgive me.
I want to pause 1 second. Okay. And David Lloyd wants to show. Wow.
Okay, here's the movie.
Yeah, and the mask, unbelievable, the mask. It was a privilege, an honor to meet you, an American with a good British person that has done outstanding in his work. Good luck in your field.
Well, I appreciate that, man. Thank you very much.
David Lloyd. Bye-bye.